We have breaking news this evening from H&W Welders, where the club have broken their transfer record with the £1.9 million signing of 18-year-old midfielder Adam Thompson from Borussia Dortmund. Now, for more on this, we cross live to local reporter Eamon Murphy. And Eamon, there is another Aussie at Tillysburn Park. Thanks, yes, there certainly 'tis. And reports have emerged that many Jersey villain and Napoleon forced him to dress up as a kangaroo and hop down the main street of Belfast. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to Season 13, Episode 9 here at H&W Welders as we look to win the Champions League with the Northern Irish club. And today we can't do that, but we can win the League Cup final against Larne. That's a big game. And then we'll host, Marseille in the first leg of our Europa League first knockout round tie. We beat them in this stage of the competition last season. Let's see if we can do a double for them. But window is closed February 12th and we have made a signing and his name is Adam Thompson. He is an Australian, 18 years old. We signed him from Dortmund. And this is what I'm hoping is going to be our long-term, Lutit replacement. Just going to play here in defensive midfield roles for us. You can see good tackling, good aggression, good teamwork, work rate and vision as well. I forget who was it, PH someone or other in the comments we were talking about how we need a bit of a destroyer in there. And I was saying how I do like my players to be able to play a little bit as well. And he did make a very, I'm assuming it's a he, just because anyway, let's not worry about that. but they did say that, they don't necessarily need to play, which is 100% true. But the fact that this guy can play a little bit is, for me personally, just a bit of a bonus. So he's come in and joined us. 1.9 million now, does potentially rise up from there. And, we'll pay it if it gets to that point. I think it's 50 games and I'll have to have a look what the other clauses are. But so he's come in. I think it's good. It's another Australian. Ideally, we would have 11 Australians out there, but it'll be Tomo and Napoleon in our midfield for the time being. And you can see very, very high potential there. He hadn't played for Dortmund. He was in their youth team, which came up against their youth team, which is where we discovered him. When did we play their youth team? We must have played there. Anyway, the scouts found him. That's the main thing. And so he has joined us and he will be, hopefully, a very good player for us in the months and years to come. Now, other things to have happened. Jeffrey Atwell has picked himself up an injury, a groin strain for him. He's about a week or two away. He's already been out for 2 weeks. So that's a little bit of a blow ahead of Marseille because I would have liked him in there somewhere directing play for us. He's going to be missing for a little while. But on a better news front, we didn't lose anybody, which is shocking. Now, Anthony Armstrong, we had bids. We already saw we had one come in from Manchester United. I did post this on the Discord, link to the Discord in the description if you want to see sort of all the behind the scenes in between episode stuff. We also had bids from Manchester City and Paris Saint-Germain for him. Now, I don't think he's great for us, as I've said before, don't get me wrong. I don't think he's that good of a player, though, to go to those sorts of clubs. But anyway, he's here, he's happy to be here. Maybe he realizes that he would just go there and sit on the bench. But so that's excellent news. And the other piece of good news, not only have we kept Zayanetti, but he's happy to stay here again. He's got Nova not going to Spurs, which is excellent. If we go and have a look at happiness here, there's no negatives. He came to me and he said he's happy. He's happy to stay. So that is, as I said, that is excellent news. And also excellent news is our under-18s. Not only did they win the under-18s league, they absolutely destroyed it. Look at the gap. They have 20 points ahead, 48. Absolutely smashed it to pieces. So well done to the kids. They may not have done too well in Europe this season, but they have walked the domestic league, which is, they could conceivably end up with double the points of second place the way that this is going. So that is, absolutely congratulations to them. What a performance from our kids. Now, there are some games to catch you up on since last episode as well. So let's start with that. First up, it is Portadown in the league. Let's see how we got on. We were in front inside a minute when Ellis and McKay combined down the left. McDade added a second early in the second half before making it 3-0. So a comfortable win this one. They didn't have a shot on goal. McKay with the opener and then McDade with 2 in the second half. You can see they went down to 10 men early in that second half. 2 bookings in a minute for McDarby, who you may remember, we actually had him very, very early on. Might have even been in the championship we had him. When did we have McDarby? No, it was after we got promoted. So he came back and got himself sent off. But it was a solid enough performance from us. So next up, we've had another game in the league, a big game in the league against Larne. Now, they've fallen away recently. Let's see if we can continue that fall for them. Abbott crossed for Brady to give us a first half lead. but Larne were level in first half stoppage time, before Picasso pounced on a poor back pass to secure the 3 points. So there we go, we did get there in the end. It was one of these games that we kind of struggled despite being the better team. You can see the match ratings weren't great throughout. McDade had a bit of a nightmare up top. This was the debut for Tomo in midfield for us as well in this one. But Picasso off the bench pounced on a poor back pass and secured the points for us, which was excellent. Next up, it was the Irish Cup. We were playing Carrick Rangers. They've recently just given us a few problems from time to time. Let's see if they gave us any in the Cup. Brady picked out Picasso to put us ahead. Picasso added a second before half-time, before Miss Kelly smashed in a third to seal the tie. So a comfortable win this one. It should have been more, to be honest. You can see our XG was 4.5 and we only managed to score 3, so that tells the story, although one of those was a penalty. But Picasso up top had a good game. Thompson got a start for us. You can see it's a younger team, but it was still far, far too good for Carrick Rangers on the day, which is brilliant. And it's Glenavon that we have in the quarterfinals. Final game to catch you up on, back in the league. It was against Glentoran, our local rivals, of course. Let's see what we did to them. Richards through ball for McKay gave us an early lead. Armstrong slipped Gill in to make it 2-0. And Tommy Martin made it 3-0 at half-time. Gill found Ellis Dunmark for our fourth, before Uprichard picked out McCracken's run to complete the scoring. So we were comfortable throughout this one. You'll notice from team selection, both this one and the Cup game, just starting to get the European players up to speed. And so it was a strong side, but we did really, really well. And yeah, McCracken getting a goal at the end there was a nice one. Just a generally good performance from us. Gill getting himself on the score sheet, having a hand in a couple as well. Yeah, can't really complain about that one. Let's have a quick look at what all that means for the league table. And we are guaranteed European football, but not the one that we want, of course. And we're 7 points clear of Linfield. Larne have just absolutely dropped off a cliff, haven't they? Look at that, 2-2 against Crusaders. They also lost, well, we saw that they lost to Glentoran and to Linfield. They've just, as I said, fallen off a cliff. So Linfield are our main title rivals now. They're 7 points back, and it shouldn't be a problem. We've got our League Cup final coming up today, and then, of course, that game against Marseille. There's the tie against Glenavon in the quarterfinals of the Peaky Blinders, and Dundee United in the Caramel Wafer Cup, all to come for us as well. But let's have a look and see what we're doing here. We can see we're expecting, this is how they played against us in the league, sort of a defensive 4-3-3. And this is the team that we're sending out. Now, with Marseille coming up midweek, we have had to sort of prioritise that. So it's going to be Zayanetti going in goal. It's Abbott, Potoknik, Vogler and Monaghan as the back four. It's McQuaid and Resnashek in midfield. Brady, Napoleon and Lake. McManus goes up top for this one. Now, we have been trying to loan out Gary Turpey here. There was a request for a loan. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to find him a club. I've been sort of offering him out, paying all the wages, and no one's coming in for him, I mean, surely there's a team in the Northern Irish Premiership that would like to have him in their lineup, because he would, well, to be honest, he'd strengthen pretty much every other team in the division. But for whatever reason, no one wants to come in for him. Okay, so here are the team sheets. You will notice a new manager on their bench, Stephen Robinson. I'm not quite sure. I think the other guy left. I think he went somewhere else. I don't really remember, though. What do we want to say to this? If you play your game, you'll win. You're capable of that. That seems like a sensible thing to say, doesn't it? Point our fingers, say we have faith in them. And, well, we'll see if the second string... I almost don't want to say anything to the striker. There we go. What a team talk. And it is the second cup final of the season after we, of course, the County Antrim Shield, which we won, or domestic cup final. You'll notice Amstad is on the bench in terms of a backup goalkeeper. We did give him a game against Carrick Rangers as well. I probably should have pointed that out. He didn't have anything to do. He had no shots to save, so difficult to make a judgment on him. But he is, I think, the future of, well, certainly the number 2 shirt anyway, even if Zayanetti is going to be around for a while in the number 1 shirt. But, yeah, we did struggle against them in the league a little bit. We've had a hard time breaking them down, playing the way that they are here. And it was that little bit of extra class that we had that enabled us to win the game. So hopefully we're going to see that again here. Napoleon on the ball, goes back to Abbott, who is starting to look a lot better now. He had a very slow start. Cross-drilled in. Brady's there, and Brady at the back post. How many times have we seen him score headed goals like that? It's like it's a flashback to remember Fisher back in the day when he used to be able to do that for us time and time again. And it's a wonderful start. 13th minute of the game. Unlucky for some, but not for us. Abbott down the line. Lake picks it up. One touch. Delivers the cross. Brady attacks it. And that is, well, it's just the sort of goal that Brady scores, isn't it? Wonderful, wonderful stuff. And we've got a corner now. Napoleon in. Oh, it's another headed goal, and that's Timmy Vogler. A fourth of the season for him. And we've scored 2 goals in a minute. And, well, that should be that in terms of the final, shouldn't it? Can we go up and run up a cricket score on them now? Let's hope so. It's always nice to smash Larne, isn't it? Nice header from Vogler. Good ball in from Napoleon. And not bad for the second string. We've only had 2 shots on goal. We've scored them both. Napoleon with another free kick. Whips it in towards the back post. It's Brady again. And Brady hits the crossbar. We just need to make sure we're defending properly. At some point, they're going to need to come out as a little bit more than that with their midfield, aren't they? You would imagine. Brady is quite tired. We do have McCracken on the bench who could fill in down that right-hand side. We'll see if he's got a bit of a kick in the shins. Looks like he may have. He's coming back. So just a bit of a knock there for Brady. McQuaid on the ball. Gets it forward. Brady can't quite win that header, which is a rare thing to say, isn't it? And the highlight will continue now with the Larne goalkeeper. He smacks it forward. Potoknik dives in a little bit there. He's doing his best to get back. Abbott is gone walkabout. Cross comes in. It's a fantastic block once, twice, and it's cleared. And can we get him on the break now? That'd be a kick in the face for them, wouldn't it? Here we go with Brady. McManus is making a run. Can't quite find him. That goes into touch. And we have somewhat dodged a bullet there. 2 really good blocks. I'm assuming it was Abbott and it was Vogler that got back there. We'll tell him to focus. And Brady's picked up a pulled hamstring, it looks like. So we might need to take him off just to make sure that that's not going to get any worse. Don't get complacent. And we've got a demotivated Resnicek. Now, given that he's not having the greatest game of his life, that is perhaps a problem. He's not really ever come back. He was just starting to sort of look like a quality player when he got his injury, and he's not really recaptured that form yet. So Brady we've got to take off. We'll bring McCracken on. It will mean he'll have to play as an inverted winger because he's left-footed, and, well, we'll just leave it like that. That's fine. We won't make any changes yet. Abbott and Monaghan, our 2 fullbacks, are on bookings, which isn't ideal. But we can just about make do. I mean, they've got to attack us if they're going to get second bookings, aren't they? Burian's on the bench. We could make that change. I'm more likely to want to take Abbott off, to be honest, because he's not having the greatest game of his life. But the game is ticking by. It's been a fairly even game. We just got those 2 quick-fire goals. McManus up top is not having a good one. He might be one for the loan market, I think. We'll bring Gilles on to play up there. Resnicek is not having a great game. We'll bring on Ozioma to go into that role, the box-to-box role. McCracker's not had a great game either, but ultimately we've done enough to beat what has been a fairly disappointing Larne side, though they did have that one really good chance, didn't they? Here we go with Lake. Gets past his man. Oh, and that is... what's happened there? Oh, that's harsh. If that's a red card, that is a little bit harsh. It looked a crunching tackle, but he is going to send him off. And Napoleon with a chance to whip across in. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. But down to 10 men. It's been a relatively boring final, let's be honest. But we've got the job done. And we have lifted... Lift? Anyway, we've won the League Cup. McQuaid to lead us forward. The trophy lifting hobbit. There's another one there. Who's that? Is that McQuaid? No, McQuaid to be captain on the day. He's club captain. That looks more like his height, doesn't it? There he is. And the League Cup is coming back to Tillysburn Park once again. 2-0, 2 early goals. And the job was done nice and early on there, wasn't it? So well done to us. Like I say, not a classic performance from us, but we did do enough. McManus, so we might have to loan him out. But we'll see what happens with that. Was it a good performance? We got away with one, boys. It really wasn't great, was it? We got out XG'd by a mile. So H&W Welders lift the Northern Irish Football League Cup, and we celebrate a double 3 times in a row now. We've won the League Cup, which is nice. A little bit of money in the bank. Another League Cup for the Welders. And how much did we pay out? We paid out half of what we got in, which is absolutely fine. The players have earned that. And wait right there, guys. We will be back. European football resumes. It's Marseille. Let's see what we can do. Okay, welcome back. Here we go, about to host Marseille in the first leg of our Europa League first knockout round. We can see the other ties there. Manchester City's the one, isn't it? We really want to avoid them. That's going to be the one so far. I mean, there's still some other teams that come in, the group winners from the Europa League group stage as well. So, Yeah, it's going to be tough to win it this season, but we'll see how far we can go here, starting with Marseille. We're expecting a little bit of a bus park, a 4-1-4-1 formation from them, but they're also expected to be a tiki-taka side, so that makes it a little bit difficult to know exactly how to set up against them, but we're going to go for it, see how far we can get here. So Zanetti in goal, Ellis, Kidd, Potoknik, and Hill are the back four. If you're wondering, you may remember Tommy Martin got himself a suspension. That was a yellow card accumulation, I think. Wasn't a straight red in the Champions League, was it? I think it was a yellow card accumulation. But anyway, he misses this one. It's going to be Lutit and Miss Kelly in midfield. It is Scully, Armstrong, and McKay. Picasso goes up top. A bench of Finity, Lewis, Monaghan, up Richard, Thompson. We might get a first look at him. He was injured, you may have noticed, for the game against Larne. Brady and Gill as well. So let's see what we can do here. So we can see the team sheets. I don't recognise any names there. Obviously, there would have been some that we faced when we played them last season, but no one that particularly stands out. And what do we want to do here? We've got nothing to lose, what we're capable of. We're going to do what we always do and just take the pressure right off of them. We do still have faith in them, of course, but we want to try and take as much pressure off them as possible. And here we go. Now, as ever with these home games in Europe, we just want to try and avoid conceding away goals. There is an argument to say we shouldn't be coming out so attacking, but they're in good form too, which is annoying, isn't it? But you know, you've got to score goals at some point, and at home, where they're maybe going to be a little bit more cautious, is hopefully anyway, it's going to show to be the best time to do it. But yeah, time will tell here. Hopefully, as I say, I've got my tactics, if not spot on, then fairly close. But let's wait and see here. The issue sometimes we have too is I can only go off what they've been doing domestically. Now that may be different to how they would approach something in Europe. It's a bit of a gap in our midfield there. Maybe we do need to sit Latique back in. He has got back okay, though. Can we get a block in here somewhere? What we don't want to do, of course, is fall behind. Lutit goes to put pressure on. Given that they're a tiki-taka side, what we don't want to do is let them settle on the ball. Oh, so there's a loose pass. Miss Kelly to Picasso. Picasso gets it wide for Scully. Can Scully bang one in for us? Oh, he can! Kean Scully, we've hit him on the break. It's a 14th of the season. It is a wonderful goal. A wonderful, wonderful counter-attacking goal. We pressured them into the loose pass. Miss Kelly picked it up. Forward to Picasso. Gets it wide for Scully. And Scully just did the rest, didn't he? A fantastic finish across the goalkeeper. And it's 1-0, and we're only, 10, 12 minutes into this game. Fantastic stuff. It's almost exactly what the game plan is, isn't it, against the tiki-taka side. Pressure them, force the mistake, and then pounce. And oh, how we pounced. Let's give them a focus here. The game is, somewhat petered out, hasn't it, if we're honest. But if we can take a 1-0 lead with us to Marseille, that'll be a good thing. We get that away goal, and suddenly we're in the prime seat, aren't we? But the rest of the first half is what I'm trying to say there. You'd think English was my second language sometimes, wouldn't you? But that did kind of tick by. So we've got to tell them don't get... no. Still nothing to lose, boys. Yes, you 1-0 up. Nothing to lose. We'll just keep taking the pressure off. And I'm wondering... We are building up with a little bit of tempo about us. I wonder if we lower that. And just play it as we see it kind of thing. They may... Given that they essentially have parked the bus, they may be sitting back and making it a little bit more difficult for us when we have the ball. And we've got some defending to do here. Miss Kelly gets it out for Scully. Scully has some support. Look at McKay getting forward down that left-hand side. Can Scully find him? Can he slip a pass in for Picasso? It's tackled away. It's cleared away. And are we going to get done on the break now? Potoknik, he needs the attackers in front of him. Oh, Kidd, what an interception that was. Brilliant stuff from our young English Manchester City Academy graduate. McKay runs into a cul-de-sac. And there's a ball forward. This is not great. And it's a Kidd interception again. Focus in, boys, please. Lutit's not having a great game in there. I'm wondering if it might be one to give Tomo a debut. Good header away from Picasso. So let's get Adam Thompson on. A first look at him. He's aggressive, which is interesting. And let's give them some praise. And it's a Marseille goal kick. Now, one thing I have noticed is since changing down to this lower tempo, there's been a lot more highlights, and they've all been for Marseille. So maybe this is not what we want to do. Kidd, again, is absolutely brilliant. Tomo doesn't do the best clearance. Oh, are we going to pay a price? No, because Zanetti is there. So this hasn't worked. So let's go back on that. And I'm wondering if maybe we want to do this. Let me think here for a second. Do we actually want to stick in a number? They're getting it forward a little bit more quickly now, and they're getting it wide. So let's do that. And let's see if that works for us. More defending to do. Ball in. It's away by Kidd again. He's man of the match, isn't he? Joe Kidd. He's had a wonderful game. Here we go with McKay. And that ends the highlight. We've got a corner, though. Scully to take. It's a decent one for Potoknik. Oh, he's hit the crossbar. Unlucky for Potoknik. I guess we keep praising them. Who else is not having a great game? Armstrong, surprisingly enough, and McKay. All right, so you know what we're going to do? We're going to do this old trick of Gill in for McKay. Let's move Armstrong out. He can be playmaking from a wider position, hopefully get himself on the ball. Shadow striker, deep-lying playmaker. And let's see if that can get us going. Yeah, because it's not been our greatest performance. Kidd has almost single-handedly at times kept us in this one. Now, they've changed the way they're playing. 3 minutes to go. Okay, let me think here again. Okay, so we're going to go strikerless. We're going to drop Thompson back in to be the deep-lying playmaker, which is fine. He's capable of doing that. We might put him on defend, though. And then we're just going to drop Picasso back into midfield, which, again, he's more than capable of doing. And we'll keep Gil there as a shadow striker. Although we could put him up front, but just try something a little bit different and see if it works for us. Let's give them a focus. And can we head to France with a 1-0 lead? It's not been a great performance from us, but it's been enough. A wonderful counter-attacking goal from Scully. Some fantastic defending from Kidd and Potoknik. And we've got a 1-0 lead going to France. Even if we didn't completely deserve it, we'll tell them we did. So we can see the other is 10-0. Jesus Christ. Let's stay clear of Manchester City, please, game. So there we go. Young Hull and Wolf Welders shine against Marseille. One thing we will get from that is a better idea of exactly how they're playing in Europe. And the other thing we'll get is, I'm assuming, a more attacking Marseille at home, which will mean that we have more chances to score against them as well. But guys, that will do it for today. It's been a successful episode. Really has an 100 goal difference. I meant to point that out as well in the league already, which is a bit ridiculous, to be honest. But there we go. And yeah, so next time we'll come back for, it'll be the second leg of Marseille. And then hopefully, well, we'll kind of see where if we were to get through where the next round comes in. It could either be the first leg of that if it's a relatively quick turnaround, or if not, it'll be first versus second in the league, away to Linfield, and if we were to win that, then that would essentially be the league title done, wouldn't it, if it's not already. So until then, guys, if you've enjoyed that, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time as we go to France and hopefully beat Marseille. Take care.